challenges behind you. Everything has stopped. Breathe out and feel the ground. You cannot stay forever. No, you have to come back down. So why climb at all? Why climb at all? At all? Where you stood before, the mountain is behind you, but you feel it in.
Hi everyone, it is Wednesday, October 18th, and in the morning I'm leaving for Rhinebeck. I am so excited. So I'm riding up with Angie from Camel City Dye Works and Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady podcast, and we are going to be meeting Sandy, who is Sandy Ran and By the Lakeside podcast, at our cabin. And so we're leaving at about 7 in the morning tomorrow, and so hopefully with our stops and things we should be there by around 7 at night. It's about a 10.5-hour drive, and the place that we're staying is actually in Kingston, which is where Indie Untangled is. So it's there instead of in Rhinebeck, but it's actually kind of like across the river, so it's not too far away. The cabin is so cute, and I cannot wait to show that to you guys. So I thought that I would take a couple minutes right now and kind of chat about my shopping list, my hopes for the weekend. I'm so excited to meet so many wonderful people who, you know, we see on Instagram and podcasts. It's going to be so cool to see everyone in real life and to say hello and to just hang out and have a really, really fun weekend. I'm not really sure that I have been this excited for something in a really long time. I'm really excited. And I'm super sad to leave my kids and my husband. I always get a little bit homesick. Ever since me and my husband got married, I always got homesick from him if I've been away from him for more than, an hour. But I'm really excited that I'm going with the group of people that I'm going with, and it's just going to be so fun. I'm less sad to leave than I normally am by a long shot, because it's going to be a much needed break, and to be around all the yarn and all the people who love yarn and knitting, and it's just going to be really fun. And it'll be really nice to be Amber for a couple days and not just Mom. So anyway, my shopping list. I've been keeping my list of things that I would like to shop for in this little moleskin notebook. These are so great, so handy, and you can get them on Amazon in bulk, where for cheaper than you can get them at Target at least. So I kind of have my shopping list based on the patterns. So I have the patterns just kind of listed on there with the yarn requirements that I need so that I know what to look for. I have about 5 projects that I'm planning to purchase yarn for. And if I don't find it all, then that's okay. But I have everything written down in here so I don't have to pull out my phone and bring up the patterns or do anything like that. I can kind of just look at my notebook and see what I need for each project. The biggest project that I'm most excited to shop for is the Birkin sweater by Caitlin Hunter, as well as the Tegna by Caitlin Hunter. She is Boyland Knitworks on Instagram, and her patterns are super popular, so I'm sure you've heard of her. But those are the two things that I am most excited about. So in this issue of Lane magazine, which I got this summer, the Birkin sweater is in here, and that is where I saw it first. It's really pretty. It's right here, and it's kind of got this beautiful floral color work around the neck, and it's kind of loose fitting, which is really nice. And I think it will be not only fun to knit, but something that I could see myself throwing over things even into the spring. And maybe even in the summer if it was a cool summer night. So yeah, on this little page, this is what Lane magazine describes the Birkin as. I danced long into the night with my long curly hair swinging to the rhythm of my steps. On my head, I wore a crown made of wildflowers picked from the meadow just behind our house. I love Lane magazine, and the way that they describe the patterns, it's beautiful. So it makes me want to make each pattern even more than I would if it didn't have that on there. So anyway, I'm hoping to do it in kind of like a hunter green with maybe like an olive for the leaves, and then maybe like a very pale lavender, a blue, and maybe like a pinky color. I'm not really positive yet on the flower colors, but I know that I would kind of like the body to be maybe like a more warm color, more along the lines of green. So anyway, I have tons more shopping plans, and I'm hoping to kind of chat about those throughout this video with you guys as I purchase things. I'm really excited to go to India Untangled on Friday and Needles Up. One of the main shops that I am most excited to shop at is, or booths I should say, is Tuscan Knits. I love her Instagram feed and her yarn, and I haven't purchased any yet. I keep eyeing every update she has. But since I knew she was going to be at India Untangled, I decided to just wait. So I would like to buy yarn for one of those sweaters from her. And if by any chance she's all the way sold out and I don't get to get any, I would also like to try to maybe get Volan Vine for it. So those are the two places I'm going to be looking for either the Tegna or the Birkin. I really don't want to buy both of my sweater yarns at India Untangled because I want to see what's at Rhinebeck, but yeah. Anyway, I am going to hang out with my husband a bit. We just had a family game night and tucked my weeping kids in, but they're fine. My little 6-year-old said that she would be fine if I just brought her back a rainbow skein of yarn. She likes to knit, so I told her that was done. I was more than happy to do that for her. So yeah, we're just gonna snuggle, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Going to Rhinebeck! Woo! We're going to Rhinebeck! Yay! We're so excited! Friday, and we are about to head to Rhinebeck, to the town, and walk around and have some lunch, and then wait in line later for Needles Up, and then head to Indie Untangled. So we're really excited. We've been hanging out in the cabin all morning, having tea and just chatting, and I can't wait to show you guys this cabin. I'll give you a little tour.
It's just a video. Oh, it's a video. Hey. What do you say in a video? I don't know. Hey, Amber. Sure. I am back from Rhinebeck and still barely recuperated. I have been so tired. I don't think I've barely knit anything since I've been home. But oh my goodness, it was such an amazing weekend. It was so fun to meet everyone and to just see so many people that you recognize from Instagram and podcasts, and to have so many of you come up and say hello and say so many nice things about me and my podcast, and it was just really amazing. I already know I want to go next year, and who knows how many years after that. Just, it seems like the perfect mom's getaway if you're a knitter. Yeah, I think that I've been on a lot of retreats, and not a lot, but you know, a few mom's getaways, and this was by far my favorite of any trip I've been on. So yeah, I think mainly right now I'm going to be showing you what I purchased, and just kind of chatting about the weekend, and then regular podcasts will happen in the next few weeks once I fully recover. So yeah, on Thursday we drove up, me and Kay and Angie, and we didn't get there too late. It was only about 6:15, so we made really good time. And then we met Sandy there, and it was so fun having us all together that first night, and just meeting each other and just getting to chat all the way to Rhinebeck. So our cabin was in Kingston, and it was the cutest cabin ever. And then when we got there, we all gave each other gifts. So I'm actually drinking some coffee out of this little sheep mug that Sandy gave us from David's Tea. I actually just have some pumpkin spice creamer in my coffee this morning. We have such a busy day ahead of us. My little girls' preschool class has a pumpkin patch field trip, and I'm bringing my kids with me since they're always with me. And then we have PE class, and then swim lessons, and then we have a fall festival tonight. So it is going to be a really busy day, and I probably won't have any time to knit then either. And I just kind of wanted to chat about the yarn for a few minutes this morning while I was waiting for us to leave. But anyway, Sandy gave us these mugs, and I love them. I love it. My kids are just like obsessed with watching it change color, and I'm sure while I sit here it'll start to get black again. But anyway, Sandy also gave us some yarn because she's starting to dye yarn, and that's Sandy by the Lakeside. And these colorways are inspired by Luna Lovegood, and I can't remember which one is which, but I love these colors. And the other one she gave me, I already wound up because I'm using it already in a toe of a sock. So this was the set of 3, and they're just beautiful. So I'm excited to see what Sandy keeps coming up with. And she also gave us one of her little bags. I love this one with the strawberries, and has a little strawberry pull on it as well. So I was really excited because I have another one of her bags that I actually carried around all weekend with my camera in it. So it was fun to get a second one. And I really like this one a lot. So thank you again, Sandy. My hair is doing something weird today, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm barely holding it together since we've gotten home. I have been just like wiped out. So tired. It was an exhausting time. And then Kay gave us one of these little tea bags, which I was really excited about because on her podcast, she talks about these and uses them so much. And so I was really excited that she gave us one. And it has these like really fun little butterflies on there. And so I think I'll just keep like stitch markers and progress keepers in there in my little notions pouch so that I can always know where they are, because they're always kind of floating around everywhere. So this will be the perfect thing to use, and it will remind me of Kay. And now that I think of it, she actually gave us a progress keeper that matches this. and I forgot to get it, but it's really cute. It's a butterfly, and it kind of is very similar to this butterfly. So that was such a sweet gift, and it just makes me so happy. So thank you, Kay, again. So anyway, after we did that, we went out to eat. We found this little diner, and it wasn't the most amazing diner in the world, but it was really cute. It was like a blast into the past. It was like very vintagey looking, so I thought it was super cute. It had these beautiful stained glass windows everywhere in Kingston and Rhinebeck. It was just beautiful. It looked like a town from like Hocus Pocus or something. Everything was decorated for Halloween, and everything was like old houses and buildings. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful town. Loved it. Then in the morning, I'm looking like at all the things that I have to show you guys, and I'm just like overwhelmed because it's all so wonderful. So then the next day, when it was Friday, it was time for Needles Up and Indie Untangled, and we got to the town of Rhinebeck pretty early, and we went to eat at Bread Alone, which was delicious. I got like an eggplant sandwich, which I have never eaten an eggplant before, and it was delicious. Sandy was like, yeah, try it, you'll really like it, and I did, so I'm so excited that she convinced me to order that. But we got to Needles Up really early, and that event was so well done. I cannot wait to go again. And I don't know if I have any plans to go to Maryland Sheep and Wool, but I know that that's closer to me, and so it wouldn't be as far of a drive, and I know that they're going to be having Needles Up there too, so I'll have to think about it. But either way, next year, I will definitely plan to do that again, because the way that they had everything organized, you had plenty of time to talk to all the vendors, and you had plenty of time to look around, and they only let a certain amount of people in the line at a time, and so it was like not so crowded that you couldn't enjoy your shopping process, which I really appreciated and really, really liked. And everybody was just so incredibly sweet. Oh my goodness. So anyway, we didn't have VIP tickets, but we got in pretty quickly because we were near the front of the line, because we were on top of it all weekend. We were early to everything. To the actual Rhinebeck festival, we were second in line for the whole festival. We were on top of it, but we liked it that way, which is why I think we made a good team who we were with, because we like to get up early and we like to go, and we were on a mission. But anyway, so in Needles Up, first thing I got was a Bundle Up Buddy. I was so excited. And I was gonna surprise my kids with this for Christmas, and they saw it in my bag. But that's okay. I told them, I said, just forget about it, my girls. I was like, just pretend you didn't see it. And so they were like, okay. So they know they're gonna get her, but I think I'll just give it to them like earlier in the Christmas season and work on making her clothes, because I'm really, really excited to make some clothes for her. And it's by Andre Sue Knits, and she was so sweet, by the way. Hi, Andy, if you're watching. I loved meeting you. And she's coming out with a boy as well, so I'm gonna need both of them. And there is a free pattern for the clothes that fits her perfectly, but then there's also add-on patterns. One of them is like a gnome. Yes, like a Christmas elf almost it would look like. Yeah, I'm so excited to start working on these. And then also I got a skein of Legacy Firebirds. So this is it. I've already wound it up. Whenever I wind up my skeins, it's just like a little yarn tip. I only wind up about half of it because that's all I ever use. I think this is a little over half. But and so that way the rest of the yarn stays nice and plump and isn't just in a cake, so I can use it on a different project later on. But anyway, here is the yarn. It is called the Mayor, and I love it. This is on their steel toes base, 75/25. And I couldn't decide what I wanted from their booth. So I was like looking around everywhere, but when I finally decided, this is the little cast on I did in the car on the way home on Sunday morning. Here's what it looks like. So this is Sandy's color that she dyed for us. And I think this one was a one of a kind that she did. I think the other ones are repeatable. But that was her color, and I thought it matched the skein from Legacy Fiber Arts so perfectly. And look at me, I'm like right in the middle of a row. I don't know, I have been scattered. And this little charm was gifted to me from Kate from Hawthorne Cottage Craft, and I'll talk about what she got me in a little bit, but I popped that on there since it was in my bag. So yeah, I'll talk about this more in the podcast, but that was the skein that I bought from Needles Up. So I actually didn't go crazy at Needles Up because it was the first event of the whole of all of Rhinebeck, and so I was just kind of nervous to buy too many things because I didn't really know what was gonna come next. But I wish I would have gotten a couple of other skeins or a pack of their mini skeins or something. And I think next time I'll go a little bit more crazy at Needles Up. And so, next we went to India Entangled, which was crazy town. Seriously. I, hands down, think that it was 100% worth it to go, but it was crazy in there. It was like Black Friday shopping that you see on the news where people are like pushing each other. It was a little bit insane, but worth every minute. So we got in there, and I wish that we had VIP tickets for that. And if I go next year, there is no way. I will either get VIP tickets or probably not go, because it was that packed in there. I think we kind of split up. So Sandy and Angie went one direction, and then me and Kay went together because it was just easier to keep up with one person in that room. And so first we went to the Wollonvine booth, which is where people were pushing and shoving and scooting past each other. Just, whoa. I was like, people, this is just yarn. It's not life or death. It's gonna be okay. But I was reaching to get like a couple different ones that I liked and just kind of looking at them, and I was trying my best to just kind of relax and think about what I was purchasing. But it kind of just wasn't even like that at Wollonvine. But I ended up with 2 skeins, which was great, and I was super happy with that. So the first one is called Venus Flytrap, and I don't know if you guys watched my last episode or when I talked about my alchemy blanket, but the green scrap in there that was from Wollonvine that I chatted about was this colorway. So I was really excited to get it. And I really want to knit her Half Moon Oracle that she's coming out with. And so I really wanted to make sure I had at least one colorway from her in that. So this is the one I chose, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And somehow I bought like a ton of green things. I'm usually like all about purple. But other than that skein from Legacy Fiber Arts, nothing is really purple, which is so weird. And I bought so much green. But I love this colorway. This is her singles, so it's 100% superwash. Beautiful. Then I grabbed a skein of Just Because yarn, even though I told myself I was not gonna buy Just Because sock skeins. And this was my second Just Because sock skein. That was a tongue twister. On Friday, but it's fine. I really, really, really like it. It's beautiful and green. Does have a little bit of purple in it though. So this is on her Blitz base on the Stellina, and this is called Dragon Tears. So it is just truly beautiful. I can't wait. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Definitely a sock, but I think I might stripe it with like a more solid, like darker color, because I'm really getting into more like making things that I'm gonna wear more. And I think that if I pair it with something, maybe even like a gray or something, and then just stripe this in, that would be really pretty. So So that is that. Then we made our way to the Tuscan Knits booth. Oh my gosh. I think that if her booth had not been so crazy, I probably would have spent my entire budget at her booth. I truly, truly, truly love her yarn, and I know I talked about it earlier in this vlog, and I know that I loved it. I love her yarn. But I did get a sweaters quantity for my Birkin in this. So I did find a green that made me super happy. This color is absolutely amazing. It's got like this bluish like periwinkle in there, but then it's got all these different shades of green and like almost like little bits of like brown or like rusty green. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. I can't even handle it. So this is on her Bracken base, which is a blue-faced, superwash blue-faced Leicester and nylon. And I think it's called Witchwood. Witchwood? I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite purchase of the whole trip. I love it. In the car, I actually already wound it up so that I could start my swatch. And I enjoyed winding it up, I think, as much as I'll enjoy knitting it, because I was watching all the different colors kind of come out while I wound it. So I got 3 skeins of that for my Birkin, and I think that that will be perfect. And then when I was at Rhinebeck, I got the other skeins to go with it, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. But I also got from Tuscan Knits this skein, which is beautiful. I mean, like, I'm really not kidding when I say that like every single yarn in her booth it's beautiful. I think she might be one of my favorite dyers, like, for sure. Like, I didn't get anything for my Tegna top, so I think I'm going to be stocking her update soon to get that, because I really wish that I would have gotten something for that from her. But anyway, this is a singles, so this is going to go alongside my Wollonvine for my Oracle. So I got these 2. So this is on her fur base, which is a superwash single, and it's called Persuasion. And it is the most beautiful blushy pink I have ever seen. Amazing. So since I'm talking about the work, I'll go ahead and show you what I found next. But we kind of like took a break and went to sit to like take a minute to like breathe because it was so crazy in there. But then we decided to go check out the Spun Right Round booth, and I am so happy we did. So it turns black again once it gets cool. So in the Spun Right Round booth, I found this skein, which is called Stardust, which is amazing. It's this creamy color with all of these like seriously amazing speckles. So it was so fun piecing this together to make my Oracle. And I know these are not like maybe the typical colors I choose, or maybe they are, but I just really want to start making things that I'm gonna wear. And I wear very, very neutral clothes, and so I want to start making some things that will go with a lot of stuff that I have. And I think this will go amazingly well, and I cannot wait to knit this. I think I'm gonna make it my Christmas knit and knit it throughout December. I think that will just be really, really, really fun. So, yay! Also in Spun Right Round, I got this skein, which is what called my name from the beginning, before I even saw the Stardust skein. I saw it across the room and I was like, oh my gosh, that teal, like that is amazing. So it's called the Big Teal Wave, and it's an 80/20. And in my little moleskin book of projects that I wanted to purchase for, one of the things I wanted to purchase for was the Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem, which, hi Jacqueline, I loved meeting you. But I thought this would be perfect. So pretty. Oh my gosh, I really want to knit more tonal socks, which is why I'm frustrated with myself that I bought 2 very speckled, but it's fine. When you're at Rhinebeck and you're like seeing all these pretty yarns, you can't help yourself, you just like grab. But anyway, I think this is gonna make like the perfect Clark socks. And I've never knit cables before, so that is gonna be a new challenge for me, and maybe I'll do that during Christmas too, knit myself 2 kind of special things. So yes, so that is all I got from India Untangled. And oh my gosh, I wish I could go back in that room right now and visit every booth and just keep shopping. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like we missed so much in there. Like, I know there was like the La Bien-Aimée, I think that's how you say it, skein, and it was beautiful. And I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. So it was so crazy in there that you had to kind of decide where you wanted to go for it, and then get out. Because I really wanted to go to the Hugh Loco booth too, because I loved meeting her as well. That was one of my favorite chats that I had through the whole weekend, was chatting with her at Rhinebeck, and I couldn't get in her booth, which was a bummer. But I mean, you know what? It is what it is. I got what I got, and I love what I got. So then it was Rhinebeck Day. On Friday night, we were so tired. I think we were all the way asleep by 9:15 on Friday. We left India Untangled and we went to get some yummy pizza. Oh my goodness, it was yummy. We had mushrooms and onions and black olives. Well, actually we did half and half. Me and Sandy shared that half, and then Kay and Angie got, I don't know what they got. They got like pepperoni and sausage, but me and Sandy got mushrooms and olives and onions. Oh, it was really, really good pizza. And I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it was really kind of like a fancy restaurant, but it was nice. And we got a glass of wine while we ate, and I think the wine was what did it. We drank that glass of wine and ate that comfort food, and then we were out. But we got up early on Saturday to go to Rhinebeck, and like I said, we were second in line. We were on a mission. Then we met the funniest, nicest ladies in the world in the line. They were cracking us up for a solid hour. We enjoyed every single minute of chatting with them. Oh my goodness. When my kids like leave home and are grown, I want to be them. They were awesome. So anyway, as soon as they opened the gates, we ran straight for well, we didn't run. Angie ran. We walked. She was very excited to see Miss Bab's booth. So we went straight to the Miss Bab's booth, and since we were there so early, it wasn't a long line, or it wasn't too crazy or anything when we first got there. And I have never had any Miss Bab's yarn or even seen Miss Bab's yarn like in person or anything, so I didn't really know like what Miss Bab's yarn was all about. But I have to say it was pretty fantastic. So I got mini skeins to go with my Tuscan knits for my Birkin. I also bought this basket at Rhinebeck. I mean, it is so cute. I know I have my other boba basket that I love, but this one I thought was like perfect for socks. But anyway, I got 4 skeins, which her mini skeins are really generously sized. So it's perfect if you're doing the Birkin sweater, because it's all you need for the contrasting colors. So this is her yummy 2-ply toes. And it has 38 grams and 133 yards. And the most I needed for any of the colors in the Birkin sweater, I think was 125. So it was perfect. So these are the colors I got.
And I think it's hard to hold this many skeins at one time. Okay. I think all together they look absolutely amazing. Like, I'm so excited to knit this. I can't even handle it. I'm so excited. I wound these all up in the car. I thought, well, I don't have enough energy to knit correctly. I kept messing up my sock. So I was like, I'm just gonna wind balls of yarn. So I did, and I loved it. Okay, I already started my little swatch, which I haven't gotten very far on. But that kind of shows you how the colors are playing together. And I actually don't know if I'm gonna keep that brown as the leaves or use it for one of the flowers yet, but you can let me know what you think. Talk about that more on the podcast. But anyway, the colorways. Okay, this one is muslin. Muslin. This one is Carolina flower. Let's see. This one is roasted pumpkin. And this one is blue mussel. So I think these are gonna be perfect for the Birkin sweater, and I can't wait to keep doing the swatch and deciding how I want the colors. And like, I don't even usually make swatches, but like, I'm excited about this project. Like, I'm really excited about it, and I'm really like, I'm happy even doing the swatch. It's just fun. So I'm really excited for that whole entire thing. It was fun mixing and matching and picking the yarns throughout the weekend and kind of like thinking about what I wanted it to look like. And now it's kind of like I get to enjoy that shopping all over again while I knit the sweater. So I'm excited. But anyway, I also got these 3 from her booth. And these are really, I wouldn't say they were expensive either. They're like $9.50, which I don't think is bad. And I was going to use this for the leaves, but it was way closer to this than I thought. So I'm not really sure if that would pop out enough for color work. But this is called Moss. This is called Big Beach Towel. And this one was just for fun. It's called Joan of Arc. So since this is 38 grams, I mean, I could just make a sock out of just 2 of them by striping them. So, I mean, that's a really good deal. So her yarns are really fun for that. So believe it or not, that is all I bought at Rhinebeck. Can you believe that? We didn't even have time to go in any of the booths. I mean, we did, but not like a lot of them. Like, I can see why people go on Sunday to shop and Saturday to chat, because like, we just didn't even have time. But I did get a gift from Kate from Hawthorne Cottage Craft. She gifted me this adorable Ireland little bag. And it has this little shamrock. I loved meeting her. It was so cool that she was here on an adventure all by herself. I think that sounds absolutely amazing, to travel to another country and just explore all by yourself. I would love it. I would love it. And then on the inside there, it's like embroidered little shamrocks. I love it. So thank you so much, Kate. This is adorable. And then she also gave me the charm that I showed you. And then this beautiful skein from Fine Fish Yarns. I have never tried this yarn, but it feels so plump and soft and squishy. This is on a core sock base, 75-25, and the colorway Felix. So pretty. And it kind of fulfills my little daughter's need for rainbow socks. Rainbow yarn. So anyway, that was my Rhinebeck adventure. That is all of my goodies. And it was the absolute best trip. It was so fantastic. And oh, I cannot wait to go again and see who I get to meet and chat with next time. But for now, I am going to go start my day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.